Hello my dear students. Botany 50 questions discuss பண்ணிருக்கோம். Zoology ஒரு 64 questions discuss பண்ணிருக்கோம். We are going to discuss the next question. Question number 65. This is concept related to the structural organization of animals. Concept related to structural organization of animals. So we need to understand about the structure of the basic tissue such as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and neural tissue. We are going to give the complete anatomy of cockroach as well as frog. So the question coming from the structures absent in cockroach is not a presence, male cockroach. But you know very well this cockroach has the sexual dimorphisms. Male cockroach has the separate features, female cockroach has the separate features. The scientific name of cockroach is called Periplaneta americana. This is always called American cockroach or ship cockroach. The question is, what is the peculiar character is absent in male cockroach? This is the common character of both male as well as female. This is the labium. This is the mouth parts. This is the mouth parts. Yeah, mouth parts. So the labium is the common for both male and females. The phalomere. This is the exclusive character of only the male cockroach. Male cockroach. The labium also present in male cockroach. So the spermatheca. This is the structure exclusively presented in the female cockroach. The primary function of spermatheca is supposed to be store as well as release the sperms at the time of coitus. It's going to release in the fertilized eggs. So spermatheca, the term is related to sperms. That's why don't get a little bit confused. It's given clearly, specifically the segment number 6 to 9 in the abdominal region. Segment number 6 to 9. The specialized pair of structure is presented. Is called as a spermatheca. The primary function is called storing the sperms and releasing the fertilized eggs. So the spermatheca, this is the peculiar character of female. Yeah, this is not a structure of male. So labium and phalomere. Phalomere otherwise called external genitalia. Right phalomere, left phalomere, ventral phalomeres. Everything is indirectly used for the copulation process or coitus process. So question number 66. This is coming from the neural control and coordinations. We know very well the neural control coordination somewhat is very faster than the chemical control and coordinations. Primarily involved for the areas nervous tissues. So first statement 1 here. So the hypothalamus, this is the coordinating center, is containing the number of the centers which is control the body temperatures, urge to eating as well as drinking. This is the correct statements. This is the correct statement. So this is a part of the forebrain. The forebrain otherwise called prosencephalon. The midbrain otherwise called mesencephalon. The hindbrain otherwise called rhombencephalons. The primary function of the forebrains, especially the part is called hypothalamus, is the coordinating center, is able to manage center for body temperatures as well as urge to eating as well as drinking. But when you come to the statement 2, the medulla contains the center which is control the regulation of sexual behavior as well as motivations. The sexual behavior as well as motivation is the part of the forebrains, specifically amygdala. This is the part. This is the basal 4 lobic systems are presented in the forebrain regions. Amygdala. This is the primary responsibility of forebrains. The statement is given medulla regions. Medulla is the part of the hindbrains. Yeah, otherwise called already told the rhombencephalons, pons, medulla oblongata, and cerebellum. Cerebellum is primary responsible for control is the various posture as well as movement. But the medulla, this is a part of the hindbrains. This is not directly control the sexual behavior as well as motivations. So the statement 1 is correct. The statement 2 is incorrect. Is the correct answer. When you move on to 67 questions, this is the simplest question from the human reproductions. So this is started from the gametogenesis, then is going to inseminations, gamete insemination, transfer of gamete from male body to female body, then fertilizations, then implantations, then gestations, finally parturitions. These are the sequence process. But specifically during the process of pregnancy, yeah, the pregnancy hormone additional. So the several hormone like human gonadotropin, yeah, chorionic gonadotropin, human placental lactogens, estrogens, progesterone, otherwise called progesterones, all are primarily produced by the placental hormones. In the earlier stage of placenta, all the hormones specifically presented in that produced from the placenta. Then what about the relaxins? The relaxins also is needed for complete the process of parturitions. Yeah. The relaxin usually produced in the later stage of pregnancy. Relaxin is going to produce from the ovary. This is the ovarian hormones. See, all the others are the placental, specifically the placental hormones. So the placenta, this is very well. This is the connecting between that fetus as well as mothers. Our corpus luteum is going to synthesize specifically HCG, HBL, estrogens, and progesterone produced by the placenta. So the ovary, this is specifically produced by estrogen hormones. The fallopian tubes, this is the site where the fertilization is occurs. The pituitary gland, otherwise called as the master glands. So the correct answer is placenta. When you go to 68 questions. So question number 68 related to once again the breathing and exchange of gases. So breathing exchange of gases, first we need to understand the inspiration, expiration, the mechanism of breathing, the exchange of gases, how the oxygen is going to be transported, how the carbon dioxide is going to be transported. Everything is the most important. Specifically, we once again we need to be given more importance to the respiratory volume and respiratory rate. This is again the question is given the respiratory volume and respiratory capacity. So the correct sequential order is called TV. Everybody know very well about the TV. The first one tidal volume. Okay, the first one is called tidal volume. You know very well the tidal volumes. Then IRV, inspiratory reserve volumes. Then expiratory reserve volumes, ERV. Then finally we can study about the residual volume, RV. First we need to understand about the value properly, TV, tidal volumes. Normals in the state, how much amount of air is going to in as well as out. The normal volume is called 500 milliliter. When we come to the IRV, inspiratory reserve volume, 2500 to 3000 milliliters. ERV, thousands to 1100. RV, residual volume is 1100 to 1200 milliliters. We must remember this volume properly in our mind. Otherwise, we are unable to come to conclusions capacities. What is IC, inspiratory capacity? This is otherwise called inspiratory capacity. TV plus ERV is called expiratory capacity. ERV plus RV is called as the functional residual volumes. So this is a very difficult to get the attention from the volumes. So we need to understand about the tidal volumes is the 500. So check out the answers. The IRV, what is the value of IRV? So IRV is 1100s. Yeah, 1000 to 1100s. We can say 1000 to 1100s. For example, when we come to the first ones, this is called as the 2500. IRV is the 2500s. So ERV, lesser volume, thousands. ERV is thousands. Second one, directly P. TV, you know very well, there is no doubt 500 mLs. Yeah, RV is nothing but only the remaining RV is that 1200. So the correct answer is 1. Others is not able to match it with the answers. So question numbers once again from structural organization of animals. We know study about the 4 basic type of tissues: epithelial tissue, epithelial further divided into simple epithelium, complex epithelium, simple squamous epithelium, ciliated epithelium, columnar epitheliums. So specifically they are going to ask only one question. ஒரே ஒரு question தான் கேட்டுக்காங்க. என்ன question கேட்டுக்காங்க? Which associated with the filtration and diffusions. Whenever the structure is going to happen to the filtration and diffusions, this is mainly made up of simple, only a unicellular structure. Substances need to be easily comes as well as going out. So this is mainly made up of a simple squamous epithelium is the answer for filtration as absorption. Where basically it is going to present it. It is presented in the alveolar sac. Alveolar sac and blood vessels. Blood vessels. We know very well about the blood vessels. Mainly three different type of blood vessels are there: arteries, veins, and capillaries. The primary function of artery is carry the oxygenated phlegm from the heart to all the other parts except pulmonary artery. So all the artery, as the veins, capillaries, everything is mainly made up of simple squamous epitheliums. So simple cuboidal epitheliums and the simple columnar epithelium is going to present in the different structures, specifically in the tubular parts, the fallopian tubes. But the word is given filtration and diffusions, exclusively mainly made up of the structure simple squamous epithelium. So question number 17. So this is the structure of the body fluids and circulations. We must understand about the complete structure of heart. When you come to the heart, this is mainly made up of four chambers. Yeah, this is mainly made up of four chambers. Right atrium, yeah, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricles. Yeah, this is mainly divided by the septums. Yeah, this is called as that pulmonary heart. This is called considered as a systemic heart. Yeah, pulmonary heart is primarily responsible for blood is directly pumped to the lungs. As the blood is going to pump to the overall system. That's why it's called as a systemic heart. So in between the right atrium and right ventricles, the structure is called the pulmonary artery. The same regions is going to present between the left atrium and left ventricles. The structure is ours. The opening between right atrium and right ventricles. This is the opening. What is the name of the opening is considered as the X. The name of the opening present the left atrium and left ventricle is considered Y. The opening is going to present that is called dry cuspid wall in the X. Dry cuspid wall. Dry cuspid walls. What is meant by dry cuspid wall? Totally is have the three different lobular structures. Lobe number 1, lobe number 2, lobe number 3. This is considered as the dry cuspid wall. When you come this is the left atrium and left ventricles. Only this is present at two wall. One is called bicuspid wall. The bicuspid wall is also called mitral wall. Okay. So the correct answer is X is the dry cuspid wall. Y is the bicuspid walls. Question number 71. Question number 71. Yes. So identify the false statements. This is the question coming from the kingdom Animalia, animal kingdom. So you know very well the false. This is not a correct statement. This is the false. You know very well cyclostomata are the ectoparasites. What is mean by ectoparasites? The organisms mainly presented on the surface of the host. Yeah. This is going to present on the surface of the host is called ectoparasites on the true fishes. Okay. Because I don't have the proper locomotory organs, that's why it's going to depending on the fishes. This is the correct statement. But ctenopores, otherwise called as third phylum, ctenopores, is otherwise called sea walnuts. Ctenopores basically has the sessile. Sessile is nothing but unable to move. Yeah, but this is the ctenopores are the motile. With the help of the locomotive comb plated, 8 comb plated is able to move from one place to other place. At the same time is also given the beer, the cnitocytes. Cnitocytes is the carotid feature of coelenterata. So this is the wrong statements. This is the false statements. So the word is given the Ascahelminthes included the parasites as well as non-parasitic roundworms. So the difference between Ascahelminthes, yeah, and the Annelida. Ascahelminthes is the round unsegmented worms. Annelida is the round segmented worms. That's all. But both of them contain both parasitic as well as non-parasitic organisms. For example, Ascaris lumbricoides and Wucheria. Wucheria is the non-parasitic. Sometimes it's going to act as the parasite also. So this is the correct statements. When we come to the four statements, the arthropods, the first largest phylum in kingdom Animalia, are mostly abundant groups. This is the first largest phylum. With this calcareous exoskeletons. Basically, the arthropods is contain chitinous exoskeletons. It is not a calcareous exoskeletons. So the correct answer is chitinous. Chitinous exoskeletons. You know very well the fungus. Fungus cell wall chemically made up of chitinous. Chitinous is the complex polysaccharides. So the arthropod is most abundant group with the chitinous exoskeleton indicated. This is the correct statements. But the most abundant group is given the calcareous exoskeleton. That's why the statement is wrong. So B and D is the correct answer. According to the statement wise, this is the false. This is the correct answer. So question number 72. So this is the most important question from chemical control and coordinations. Statement E. We need to study the statement A properly. A hormones, this is called as the chemical messengers, specifically oxytocin and vasopressins. So the mineral oxytocin is the primary responsibility to contracting the muscles at the time of parturitions. Myometrium is a smooth muscles. Because of the role of oxytocin is going to contract it, the child comes out. Vasopressin, otherwise called antidiuretic hormones, ATH. Yeah, both oxytocin and vasopressins are synthesized by. This is the most important thing. It's not a neurohypophysis. This is going to synthesize by hypothalamus. Yeah, temporally is going to store in the neurohypophysis. From there is supposed to be released to the respective organs or target tissues. So this is the wrong, not a correct statement. But you know very well MSH, melanocyte stimulating cells. Yeah, melanocyte stimulating hormones is going to synthesize the hormone is melatonin, affect the pigmentations as well as immune system, sleep wake cycles. This is the correct statements. So only the B is the correct answers. Yeah, A is the incorrect answer. So the answer is only the statement B is correct. Question number 73. Which of the following is the not the future of mollusca? You know very well the mollusca is the soft body animals. Exclusively 5% in the marines. So the which are the characters? You know very well this is the second largest phylum of kingdom Animalia. The first largest phylum Arthropoda, second largest phylum is mollusca. It's going to use the muscular food for the locomotion. This is also correct. Yeah, the presence of shell around the body, you know very well, the molluscans is mainly made up of calcareous cells. It's not a chitinous cells, it's mainly made up of calcareous cells. But molluscan exclusively is the coelomate, not a coelocoelomates. The true body cavity is going to presented in the molluscans. So that's why this is not the future of mollusca. This is the coelomate. Acoelomate, this is specifically you can see in the platyhelminthes. Yeah, platyhelminthes exclusively is the acoelomate animals, but mollusca is the coelomatic animals. So the correct answer is 3. So question number 74 is once again the question is coming from body fluids and circulations. Yeah, what is the exact mean the heart sounds? Yeah, whenever we are going to feel uncomfortable, immediately we are going to meet the doctors. Doctor is going to check the stethoscope. Yeah, lup sound is mainly created because of what mechanisms? So the second heart sound, the first heart sound is called lup. The first heart sound is called lup. Otherwise called S1. The first heart sound is called lups. This is mainly happens by the closure of tricuspid wall and bicuspid wall. Tricuspid wall and bicuspid wall. The closure of tricuspid walls. Whenever the ventricular contractions, otherwise the systolic of ventricles is going to closure immediately. The closure of tricuspid wall and bicuspid wall, the first sound is going to produce lup. The second heart sound tup is associated with the closure of semilunar valves, where the semilunar valves presented at the base of the pulmonary artery, the same time at the base of the aorta. Yeah, aorta is going to present it in the left hand side, pulmonary artery is going to present in the right hand side. Whenever the closure of semilunar valves is going to close, the sound is going to create the tup sound. So lup tup sound is one of the most important determination how our heart is able to work. So question number 75. Once again, this is coming from the human reproductions, the law of pregnancy, otherwise called gestation periods. This is the 9-month process, 36 to 38 weeks process. Complete fetus going to develop within the uterus or womb. So the select the incorrect statement about the pregnancy. See, the statement 1, in human beings after a 1 month of the pregnancy, the embryo heart sound is going to form. So this is correct. The first organ used to be developed inside the fetus is called heart. The heart is the mesothermal origin. Heart on the mesothermal origin. So the statement is correct. Now by the end of the first trimester, most of the major organs are formed. We are going to divide the gestation into 3 trimesters. The first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. Already we studied the concept in reproductive health, MTP, medical termination of pregnancy is supposed to be due in the first trimester itself. If is going to lead more than first trimester, we are going to accomplish with the two doctors. Yeah, second medical termination of pregnancy. So that by the end of the first trimester, most of the major organ is formed. The third one, the first movement, this is mainly happens, the first movement of the fetus and appearance of the hair on the head regions usually observed. It's not a 7th month. This is mainly observed in the 5th month. This is going to observe in the 5th month. So the correct, this is the incorrect ones. Clear? This is the incorrect ones. 5th month is going to see the movement as well as appearance of hairs. By the end of the second trimester, eyelids used to be opened as eyelashes is going to form. This is also is the correct. So the incorrect statement is 3. 3 is the correct answer. Clear? Question number 76, human health and disease. See, where we are going to give the more priority to AIDS, cancer, as well as drug and alcohol abuse. So questions coming from simple question from AIDS, acute immunodeficiency syndromes. This is mainly caused by the virus HIV virus, human immunodeficiency virus. Is one of the retroviral family. Yeah. So the full blown of the AIDS. Yeah. Whenever the AIDS is going to become severe, the AIDS is going to become very severe. Basically, in the beginning stage is the asymptomatic. We can't able to see any kind of the symptoms of the because of the AIDS. But in the later stage, the full blown of the AIDS, opportunity infections especially, the word is very, very important. We are able to affect our immune system directly. Immune system is the primary responsibility for the whole metabolisms. Yeah, we have the B lymphocyte cells, D lymphocyte cells. எல்லாமே immune system ரொம்ப கேர்ஃபுல்லி. அப்ப immune system weak ஆகிறதுனால what are the other possibilities for affect our body? So Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This is the tuberculosis causing bacteria. The Toxoplasma, yeah, viruses as well as fungus. Everything is going to attack the body when a full blown of the AIDS. So the correct answer is all of these above. The correct answer is all of the above is the correct. So question number 77. This is the most important questions from the body fluids and circulations. Which one of the following statement once again incorrect? The statement is once again incorrect, not a correct statement. This is incorrect statements. Incorrect statements. So the factors is responsible. We have the three parts: erythrocytes as well as leukocytes, thrombocytes. Thrombocytes is the primary responsible for blood clotting. Okay? The factors for blood clotting presented in the blood plasma found in the inactive stage, inactive forms. The calcium is the primary responsible for going to activate the blood clotting factors. This is the correct statements. Okay? Okay, plasma without clotting factor is called serum. This is the most important. Plasma without the clotting factors. This is mainly contain a huge amount of the incompetent cells. Is able to fight against the diseases. Serum is one of the most important structures. Yeah, plasma without clotting factor is called serums. The basophils are involved for inflammatory reactions. Yeah, inflammatory reactions, some kind of the histamine, serotonin, heparin. These are directly involved for the things. This is also correct. But the fourth one is called neutrophil is the least one. Yeah, least neutrophil is the least one. The neutrophil and most and eosinophil is the least. This is the incorrect statements. So we please try to understand about the what is being the A granulocytes, அதோட percentage என்ன, அதோட function என்ன, ஹார்ட்டோட structures, yeah, ECG எல்லாத்தையுமே ரொம்ப கிளியரா disorders முடிய ரொம்ப கிளியரா crystal clear படிச்சுக்கணும். So question number 78. This is a simple question from once again the chemical control and coordinations. Okay, which hormone stimulated the exocrine part of the pancreas? So why sir, already we studied about the insulin, glucagons, எல்லாத்தையும் படிச்சோமே. Some other than some parts, other than the parts where it is going to produce water and fibers, stimulate the exocrine part, release the things. So the question is given clearly about, yeah, gastrins primary responsible for maintenance of hydrochloric acid and mucus. Yeah, cholecystokinin அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. This is specifically suppress the hunger. Gastrointestinal ductile is not a correct answer. So the correct answer is secretins. Secretin is the primary responsible stimulate in the exocrine part presence, pancreas and releasing the water and bicarbonate ions. Yeah, gastrin is responsible for hydrochloric acid and mucus. Yeah, CCK is primary responsibility for the endocrine part. The secretin is the exocrine part of the pancreas is going to release, yeah, both water as well as bicarbonate ions to maintain the osmolarity. Question number 79. Members of the which of the following fungal genus? Yeah. Members of the which of the following fungal genus? We studied about the three different group of fungal genus. Ascomyces, Basidiomyces, Deuteromyces. The word is given first. Which of the following fungal genus mainly participated in the mycorrhizal formations? Basically, fungi plus gymnosperms. Fungi and gymnosperms. Sometimes fungus as well as angiosperm is going to assist it. For example, mutualisms. So acidobacteria is the bacteria. This is the bacterial species. It's the bacteria. Fusarium also is the fungus. Yeah, rhizobus is the fungus. Bread mold is the fungus. But acidobacter, bacteria, fusarium as well as ribosome. So the glomus is the correct answer. The primary possibilities is fungus is going to associate with the higher plant's root system. It's the primary responsibility of absorption of phosphorus from the soils. Not only phosphorus, whenever the mycorrhizal association present within the glomus as well as the higher plants is able to withstand a high amount of drought. Yeah, as well as the root-borne diseases is can't be attacked by the plants. So the correct answer is glomus. Question number 80. So this is the basic structures. The bacteria are grouped under the four category. Very well, coccus is a spherical or round. Bacillus is a rod-shaped bacteria. Vibrio, this is a comma-shaped bacteria. Then spirillums, this is a spiral-shaped bacteria. Out of four, question, simple question. Which is comma-shaped? Which is comma-shaped? So Vibrio is the comma-shaped. Very well, the spirillum is the spirillum shape. Maybe flagella or non-flagella is going to present. Yeah. Bacillus, Diplobacillus, Streptobacillus, Streptococcus, Diplococcus, Bacillus thuringiensis is like a pear shaped. The coccus is the spherical shape. So correct answer is Vibrio. Oh. Yeah. So incubation period of AIDS is usually, basically AIDS is the asymptomatic, but we can get the AIDS only after 5 to 10 years. This is the most important. Basically, because of the AIDS is the asymptomatic, whether we are going to affected or not, the symptom is usually appears incubation periods. That means 5 to 10 years. Yeah, totally is minimum percentage. There is no direct medicines are available for AIDS. Clear? So the incubation period usually 5 to 10 years, not a 5 to 10 months or 2 to 12 months, 2 to 12 weeks. This is the chronic disorders. Basically, we are dividing the disease into two categories. One is called acute disease, other one is called chronic disease. This is the AIDS is the example of chronic disease. Yeah. The remaining questions we will discuss in the next video.